Hey guys, how is everybody doing today? Want to thank Cole Outdoors for um, shouting me out today, and I wanted to go live. It is my birthday, and I have a little bit of something I want to do today. So um, bear with me a second. I'm getting myself organized. I wanted to try to get going pretty quickly so that I didn't leave you guys waiting. I was eating peanut butter out of the jar. Can you guys hear me okay? Thank you, Janet. I appreciate it. It is my birthday. I am 20. Welcome, Maryland Outdoors, Nemesis, Eric. Thank you guys for hopping in here. I made a little bet with Grant McIntosh. He is about, I don't know, like 150 away from 1,000 subscribers. And he mentioned the other night in his live stream that he would um, go live and eat a worm if he hits 1,000 subscribers. So for my birthday, I would really love to get Grant a little bit closer because we have to let him hit it by 1,000. I'm sorry, the 10th, 1,000 subscribers, and he will eat a worm. Hello, Cole Raiders. Thank you, Cole, for sending everybody over here. Jimmy C. Hello, Melinda. I'm glad I look like I'm 20. I don't feel it. Sunshine Girl, thank you. Thank you guys all. I am going to pull up Grant's page here and put a link to his channel. So I would love if you guys would hop over there, hit the follow button, comment on one of his videos, comment with the hashtag Grant eats a worm, and show him a little love, watch a video, and I'm going to do a giveaway. Anybody who shows me that they have done those things, I have a little box of goodies that I want to get sent out to you guys. So let me get his channel here. And I will link it. I'm not really used to doing these live, so bear with me. Hi, Farm All Fanatic. Trying to keep up with you guys while I pull up Grant's channel. Let's see here. I appreciate Grant helping me hit 1,000. That's why I want to help him do the same. And why can't I find how to share his channel? Let's see here. All right. I think I have it. Give me 1 second here, guys. This is totally informal today. I just wanted to set up this giveaway, help Grant gain some more followers. He has some awesome hunting videos, fishing videos, all of that good stuff. So let's show him a little love this morning and see if we can get him up in subscribers. That would be awesome. So, like I said, it's my birthday today. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just going to hang out, probably film some worm videos. Going to get that update going on the 3 bins, the side by side of the red wigglers, European night crawlers, and African night crawlers. We started with 4 worms in each bin. We're going to see which ones go the fastest as far as reproducing. Thank you, Michigan Aquatics. I appreciate it. Witch on Wheels. Gosh, so many of you guys. I really appreciate you hopping in here. So any questions you guys have for me, I would love to answer them. And let's see here. Sorry, guys. So, I am just trying to do everything that I can to help. Let me know if you have any questions for me as I'm trying to get my phone plugged in because I realize that it is low on battery. Um, so yeah, I want to help him out. And how many of you guys raise worms? I would love to hear about that. And if you don't, are you interested in it? What would be your concerns about raising them? I do most of mine indoors. So it's very possible to do year round, have bait fish for fishing, lots of good compost for the garden. Congratulations, Up North Outdoors. How did I get into worms? Up North Outdoors asked me that. Um, Basically, I wanted to start gardening, wanted it to be organic. I was sick a few years ago, and so I decided to um, give it a try. And so I bought a worm factory, bought some worms, and the next thing you know, um, I have 25,000 worms. So that's like 25 pounds of worms, and that's my estimate. It might be even a little bit more than that. Fishing freak, I do use some of my European night crawlers for bait. Yes. Yeah, guys, I would appreciate if you'd hit the thumbs up so people can find um, this live stream so we can get Grant to eat a worm. So check out his channel. Put the hashtag Grant eats a worm. Watch his videos. See what you think. He raises African night crawlers, European night crawlers, and red wigglers, I believe. Jay Franklin, how fast do they reproduce? Depending on the species, they can double or even triple their population numbers in a matter of a few months. The African night crawlers probably reproduce the fastest, but they have to be kept at pretty ideal temperatures, a little bit warmer. But probably the red wigglers are behind them, and then the European night crawlers. Each cocoon that the worms lay um, can have 2 to 3 offspring from it. Fishing freak, no, I've never raised shiners. I buy shiners. Thank you, Witch on Wheels. Yes, Stanley Orchard. I love Grant's channel, and he's amazing for the YouTube community. And so I really appreciate everything that he does for us. And that's why I want to return the favor. Yes, Melinda, the type of worm that I want Grant to eat is an African nightcrawler. But his stipulation to me was he had to hit 1,000 subscribers by the 10th of January. And if he does, I am also going to be sending a package to one of you guys who have liked one of his videos with the hashtag and subscribe to follow him. So I've got a nice little box of goodies. It's probably about $100 worth of stuff that I really love to get out to you guys. Let's see here. Hi, Jimmy. Exactly, Melinda. It has to be a grown worm. He's not going to get away with eating a little wisp, full tiny babies. Crickets. Michigan Aquatic wants to raise some crickets. And I wanted to try worms, but every time I would try, they would die, so I need some help. Michigan Aquatics, what type of worms were you raising and how were you raising them? Yes, I'm hooked TV. Eat the worm, dude. Let's do it. So I celebrated my birthday last night with my family and spent some time on Grant's live stream last night. What are you guys doing for the weekend? What are your weekend plans? Thank you, Precision Angling. I appreciate that. Michigan Aquatics, that was probably the issue. Wild worms, like a lot of just earthworms, don't reproduce well in captivity. Um, so you really need to have a composting worm that can reproduce well in a bin, indoors, um, and that's usually the most successful. And for bait, European night crawlers are probably my bait worm of choice. Oh gosh, guys, we have 29 watching. Thank you. Please give me some likes if you can. I appreciate that. Um, Maryland Outdoors, where are you going fishing today? Thank you, Bree Gilmore. You're gonna take your Canadian night crawler swimming tomorrow, JT's Crappy Cave. We have a reservoir that we live on, and so we go out there and we get crappie and white perch, bass, all that good stuff. It's a lot of fun. Michigan Aquatics. I sell worms. If you go to thecrazywormlady.com, but there's a lot of reputable sites and sellers that you can look into, but you want to look for European night crawlers, not Canadian night crawlers, nothing like that. The Canadian night crawlers will not reproduce in captivity. Let's see. Maryland, I missed where you're going fishing today. I'm in Maryland as well, guys. That's why I'm curious where he's going fishing. Up North Outdoors, Mossy Haven, thank you. Why do I prefer the European night crawlers over the African night crawlers? Um, the African night crawlers actually are a little bit thinner and they're not as meaty, and so sometimes they'll actually rip when you try to put them on the hook. And the European night crawler kind of plumper and a little bit like firmer, and they go on the hook a lot easier. SPRO Team Bass, thank you for stopping by. Greetings from Spain. Wow, I appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm going to link Grant's channel again. We want to get Grant to eat a worm for 1,000 subscribers. It's really great to support the community. I love that people are getting into the worm composting and sharing their videos, their experiences. And I love when people hop over and ask me questions and I'm able to help them out. It's kind of a great community that we all work together, and it's great. I keep missing stuff, guys. I'm trying to keep up. Hello, Marcellus McWright. I appreciate you hopping in here. Bree Gilmore, I'm happy that I've been able to help you out. Maryland Outdoors is going in Harford County. Do you ever go to Loch Raven Reservoir? We do that sometimes. But we actually are on Liberty Reservoir in Carroll County. I appreciate it. Everybody, check out some of these channels that are in here. There's a lot of really cool stuff like hunting, fishing, and there's a lot of crossover really between worms and like the fishing community and all of that. So it's really nice to support everyone, support some of these small channels. People put a lot of work into the videos, and so I try to support as many people as I can because I've been blessed that everybody's supporting me as well. Soup bowl is great for tea, guys. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Thank you for the happy birthday. Yes, Stanley Orchard. There's a ton of really good channels in here. Precision Angling, A&J Outdoors. Check them all out, please. Just check them out. I know, Joy. Go big or go home. This is my coffee, tea. Has to be substantial. No, none of those little mugs. The little mugs are good for like some water to leave on your nightstand. Good morning, S. Gilbert. Like I said, guys, this morning's just really informal, trying to support Grant and celebrating my birthday, chatting up some worms. This was not a scheduled live. I just kind of popped up, wanted to do it. But I will do a live, I think on, I forget what day I said, the 16th. I'll post it in the description below. I'm going to plan one. And if you have any questions you'd like me to address in that live, it'll be a little bit more organized and I'd be more than guys. But any questions you have now, I'll be happy to do that as well, answer those for you guys. Gosh, I'm missing it. You guys are talking fast. Liberty Reservoir, yes. Maryland Outdoors, it runs under 140, and it's off of Liberty Road on Route 32 in like the Sykesville, Eldersburg area. Um, Joyce Stewart, you are hooked to what? I am so pleased that so many of you hopped over here. 27 viewers for a pop-up live stream. That's pretty awesome. Um, why did I start raising worms precision angling? You missed it, but I decided to do a little bit of organic gardening. I actually have an indoor garden and an outdoor garden. I was sick 2 years ago, like really sick, out of work for about 6 months, a few surgeries, having all sorts of problems. So I focused a little bit more on trying to eat healthier and cleaner and pay attention to where my food was coming from. We want Grant to hit 1,000. Make Grant eat a worm. Use that hashtag under one of his videos. Go over and subscribe. Let me know that you did so, and I will enter you in the drawing for the box of goodies I have put together. I'm Hooked TV. The minimum order for worms is a pound, which depending on the species, like red wigglers, that's about 1,000 worms. And like the European and African night crawlers, it's anywhere between 400 and 600 worms. I use a drop shipper to help me ship year round because of the different temperatures across the country. You kind of have to work with people to help you out. But yeah, a pound of worms is relatively manageable as far as the pricing to ship. Can you crossbreed worms? No, you cannot. They will try, but the cocoons that they would lay as a result are not viable. So you can have a ton of worms in one bin of multiple species and they can't interbreed. Maryland Outdoors. I have a friend that's where she lives at the end of her road is part of Liberty. She must be very close to me because we're about a block walk, if that, maybe quarter mile. I don't know. Not far at all from the reservoir. The launch ramp is maybe a mile from us. PNG Village YouTuber, thanks for hopping in here. Happy New Year. It is my birthday, celebrating, trying to get some support for all of my worm friends, all of my fishing friends, hunting friends. I appreciate you all. How many worm bins are acceptable, Marcellus McWright? That's a good question. If you asked my boyfriend, he would probably tell you none. But I'm currently at 20. I was at 17 when I did my live stream like 2 weeks ago. I'm at 20 now. Thank you, Gabrielle. Yes, it is my birthday. If you've been subscribed to Grant for a while, Fishing Freak, just comment, like one of his videos, and put the hashtag #MakeGrantEatAworm. Grant, are you still in here? Well, thank you for stopping by, Fishing Freak. I appreciate it. Jimmy C. and the Crazy Worm Lady, it's nice to see your face instead of your hands. Yeah, I'm actually really uncomfortable in front of the camera, so I rarely show my face in my videos. Usually I'm just filming right into my worm bins. But I'm actually enjoying doing the lives. I did a recap of the vermiculture conference that I went to in November. That was just my face talking to you guys, but it's not my cup of tea. Is there a beginner's kit to raise worms? Um, I mean, some systems that you buy at like Worm Factory, sometimes you can order them that they come with the worms, but honestly, just making your own system is much cheaper and it's pretty easy. There's tons of resources, Facebook groups, YouTube channels that can get you started pretty easily. S. Gilbert, I easily have 25,000 worms, which is like 25 pounds, give or take, but it might actually be much more than that. That's a rough estimate. Um, Gabrielle Jarman, she is a voice and a pair of hands. Yeah, I'm not face to face with you guys very often. A&J Outdoors, I will link below. I just started a little bin that I bought on um, Amazon. It was like $27 and it has like 3 little chambers. It has little magnifiers and it's completely clear so you can see through. I think that would be really fun for kids. Nice to meet you too, Precision Angling. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, just everything. I have seen you on Grant's stream as well. That is Grant's channel. If you want to be entered in the giveaway, go over there, hashtag him, make Grant eat a worm. Subscribe, follow him, check out some of his videos. He has some awesome hunting videos, tons of worm videos, just all sorts of really great stuff over there. A&J Outdoors, as soon as I turn this stream off, I will be happy to link that below. So when the replay pops up, check the description. I'll put all sorts of stuff down there for you guys and different resources that might help. Hi-Ho Farms, Grant. Grant, I'm trying to see what video you just linked. Shoot. Chat is moving too fast for me. Yes, that is the video of the clear worm bin that I set up. And I had no voice. I'm still getting over a cold, so hopefully you guys can hear it, but it's really going to be awesome. Don't have kids, but just as fun for me too. Just everything. You need to get yourself a worm farm. Why don't you have one? Go grab a Rubbermaid bin and make one. Let's see here. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. Grant, have you gotten any new subscribers while we've been on here? Just everything. Hop over to my African Nightcrawler playlist and I have a step-by-step of making my bin, how to run the bin, and then adding my African Nightcrawlers, but it's the same for any species of worms, and I think if you watch that series you can kind of see how it works, but just start with the first video and that shows you how to make a bin. To this morning, a lot of these people already follow Grant, but I'd appreciate you sharing his videos, posting things to social media, spread the word. There's a lot of really great worm people out here, and I would really love for them all to get some support. Gabrielle, you have 250 reds and a big Rubbermaid tote. You might want to put them in a smaller tote until they start reproducing. If they can't find each other, to bump up against each other and do the deed, then they're not going to reproduce as fast. Let's see here. S. Gilbert, my outside bin, since I added the insulation and that big pumpkin, it has been running at, gosh, about, I don't know, it's been running at about 65 degrees in the outdoor bin. I don't know why my phone is not charging. I'm hoping it's not going to die on me. That would be embarrassing. I'm trying. It keeps giving me the alert that I'm at 20%, but I am plugged in, so hopefully it'll keep me alive for a little while. Tiffany, I'm really happy you stopped by. I would love for you to make another video on another bin. just everything. I'm happy you hit that 90 sub mark. It's really fun when you have more support and more people commenting, liking on your videos. I'm going to keep linking this. Hashtag makegranteataworm. Let me know if you do so in the replay in the comments. And we'll enter you in the giveaway, but he's got to hit 1,000 by the 10th. But I've made it my personal mission. It will happen. A&J Outdoors. Everybody is just supporting one another, and I love that. Marcellus McWright, mites in the bin are fine. If they're not overrunning your bin, not a problem. Add some dry bedding, you know, maybe like shredded cardboard or newspaper, an inch or two on the top. Add a little bit of buffer, like some crushed eggshell. Maybe skip a feeding for a week, and I would be willing to bet the mite population will go down for you. Yes, Grant, you need to make a how to make a worm bin video. I kind of incorporated that into our new experiment, the side-by-side breeding experiment. So if you check that video out, that at least shows you how I make the bins. But yeah, kind of a start to finish people might really benefit from. Maryland Outdoors. Let's see. Just everything. Go for it. If you make a bin, like, you're out hardly any money. You know, get a Rubbermaid, drill some holes, you're good to go. Gabrielle Jarman, do ANCs congregate into worm balls, or do only reds do that? They'll all do that, but it usually has to be a feeding of stuff they really like, and usually has to be a big feeding, and if you blend it, you'll definitely get worm balls. But the reds and the Europeans and blues to an extent will do it much more frequently than the African night crawlers. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cough, guys. I apologize. Cole is still lurking. Thank you for lurking, Cole. Thank you for shouting me out. Let's see. Will it get too hot for them down here in San Antonio? The African night crawlers would probably be fine if you put them in a shaded area if you were going to keep them outdoors. Ian Garner. Happy birthday, Happy New Year from the UK. Thank you for stopping by. Go check out Grant's channel. Hashtag him, make Grant eat a worm. I will enter you for a box of goodies I have put together for my worm people, but I think anybody could benefit from it. It would kind of be a starter kit if you wanted to start with composting. Gabrielle, you miss raising worms. Get back into it. Do it. Thank you, Killdeer Survival. I appreciate you stopping by. Let me see here. I'm really nervous my phone is going to die on me. Want to make sure it's charging. Trying to plug it in to my computer here. Okay, I think we're good. We'll see. Yes, Grant, you're right. Finding leftover pumpkins was huge for me. My parents have a pretty big house, and they had about 6 really good size and then a few smaller pumpkins, and I actually have them in an empty trash can outside so I can use them all winter. I can kind of bring them in as I need them, probably freeze them before I put them in the bin. But worms love pumpkin, they love banana, watermelon, all that sweet stuff they really enjoy because the microbes that the worms feed on go crazy for the sweet stuff. Bree Gilmore, you live in San Antonio, and I believe it would be way too hot. There are people that raise worms all year round, even in some of these really hot temperatures. If it gets really hot and you're concerned it's too hot, people will freeze water bottles and just kind of bury one in the bin during the day when it gets real hot. But the African night crawlers can really handle like up to 100 degrees before it really starts to get bad, and that's 100 degrees inside the bin. And if it's in the shade, it probably won't get quite that hot, even if it's well above that ambient temperature. Ian Garner, you're a fisherman and you run 8 worm bins. What type of worms do you raise, Ian? Yeah, the eggshells are awesome for calcium and grit. Calcium is important for the worms' reproduction, helps them with their cocoon production, and worms have a gizzard like a chicken, and so they need like a grit source, either like a fine sand or the eggshell to help break down the food in their gut, or else they can actually like bloat and die. It's kind of gross. Bree Gilmore, ANC, yes, but how about the blue and the reds? The blues can handle it pretty hot. The reds don't do very well much above like 85 degrees. But I was pretty surprised that was like down below 40 in my bin outside, and a lot of worms are said to start to die at that, and they're not dying. So I think they're pretty resilient and they can handle a lot. You can always try to insulate bins too. So insulate, put them in the shade. Here in Maryland, it gets pretty cold in the winter. I'm insulating, trying to see if I can get my worms to survive outside over the winter. Your husband doesn't want any more bins in the house. So yeah, my boyfriend's not a huge fan of all of the bins in the house either. Which worm breed is my favorite? Probably the reds or the blues. They are pretty resilient. They don't really slow down. The African nightcrawlers slow down a little bit if it's not warm enough for them. The European nightcrawlers are just slower reproducers. But the blues and the reds are pretty intense. They're good. They're good. Melinda, you're in Florida, right? You have a ceiling fan that blows on and keeps them damp and it cools them down. Yeah, that's really smart. Between ice, like frozen water bottles, misting, keeping a fan, keeping them, in the shade, all of that will help. People get really surprised at how much the worms can take. They will find a spot that's suitable, and it's pretty hard to kill them. It really is. Bree, yes, buy them their own fan. Don't the worms deserve their own fan? Okay. My hillside garden is here. Thank you for the happy birthday. Yes, you get to do live with me. That's awesome. I'm so happy you're back at it. I missed your worm videos. I actually have to watch your new one. I think I haven't seen it yet. You guys go check out my hillside garden. She's got an awesome channel. She's out of Pennsylvania, and she does gardening, worms. She's tried like some bokashi composting. Really great channel. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up if you're in here. Go over and check out Grant. We want Grant to eat a worm for 1,000 subscribers. So you put this hashtag here under one of his videos, subscribe to him, let me know. I will enter you, and I've got a nice box of goodies to send to you guys. But my birthday present, I want Grant to hit that 1,000 subscribers by the 10th, so that I can enjoy seeing him choke down a worm. Backgammon player, welcome. Yes, S. Gilbert, give them a try later. I think they would be just fine. Thank you guys so much. Just everything. Put the hashtag under one of Grant's videos, and then just let me know that you did it in the comments once the replay goes up. I'm not going to run this a whole lot longer. I do want to get a little bit of rest. I'm a night shifter. I haven't really been to sleep yet, and I do want to do something later tonight for my birthday. But does Grant get the pick
of the species of worms. No. We made that decision for him. He's gonna eat an African nightcrawler. Poor Grant. He didn't really sign up for this, but it's all in good fun. And hitting 1,000 subscribers is a huge milestone for people. The more people we reach, the more people we can teach about the composting, and it's just an awesome community. Really, the YouTube community has been great to me. The Facebook, community has been great to me. I've been very blessed, and it's nice to kind of share the love. Yes, killdeer survival. He did say he would do it, but I still feel just a little guilty, but not guilty enough not to push to try to get him to his goal. Um, Worms have parasites in them. It might not be safe. Um, Highly unlikely. And it sounds like Grant's going to be washing his down with some alcohol. I think he'll be just fine. I'm a nurse. Kids eat all sorts of bugs. They live and they're just fine. I don't think it should be a problem. Um, can I do bokashi and feed it to my worms? Bree Gilmore is asking. Um, it's controversial because it is kind of an acidic environment in like a finished bokashi. But small amounts I think would be fine, and especially if you buffered it with some like garden lime or eggshell. But I would just suggest you start with a very small amount to feed your bin to make sure that the worms can tolerate it. But my forbidden foods playlist, I fed worms a lot of foods that people say they can't have, and they did fine with every single one of them. They thrived and actually really, really liked them a lot. Um, Cole Outdoors, he better eat an adult worm. Hot sauce and a cold beer, Melinda. Yeah, that would probably be good to help wash it all down. Uh, there's Grant's channel. Just everything. You stayed up all night and most of the day watching live streams. Yeah, the live streams have been taking off a lot lately. So it's nice to go and support some of these smaller channels, help them reach some goals, go check out things that you might not know anything about, and it's just all around a fun thing to do. I'm not going to be doing it all the time, but I'll do an occasional pop up and maybe once a month, like scheduled with, you know, like a plan of what questions I want to answer you guys, more of an agenda. But today was just a fun birthday stream to try to help Grant hit 1,000 subscribers. Um, just everything. Yep, worms will eat paper, cardboard, egg crates, coconut coir, peat moss. I pretty much exclusively use shredded newspaper and cardboard, but egg crates, toilet paper rolls, they will eat just about everything. Precision angling, back for a few, thank you. The positive and negatives of using diatomaceous earth in your worm bins, as Gilbert asked. Not really any negatives. We know diatomaceous earth works primarily when things are dry. So sometimes that's an issue because the worm bin is a moist environment. But it's got a ton of trace minerals. It actually is a grit source for the worms. Um, and if like you sprinkle it over the top where it is a little bit drier in your bin, it can have a little bit of a positive benefit for like bug control. Oh, precision angling, they will eat the crap out of paper and cardboard. They like to climb between the little flutes. I shred mine, but if I put larger pieces in, they climb in the flutes and you'll find cocoons laid in there. The worms can eat a lot of stuff that you would not expect, and they can make really quick work of it. Sorry guys. Gabrielle, you considering any new projects in your kitchen like kombucha? I love kombucha. I have not really looked into making my own, but I really am interested in it. We will see. I do a lot of cooking, a lot of baking, but I haven't really delved into some of the making of the kombucha or yogurt or anything like that, but I am intrigued. Yes, just everything. Paper towels, as long as you didn't wipe up something oily with them, the worms can eat them. So you wash your hands, you dry them with a paper towel, you wipe up a mess on the kitchen counter. Yeah, absolutely just fine. The glues and chemicals would harm the worms. Um, Apparently not. They love it. I definitely take off labels. The labels, like on Amazon boxes, they won't eat that. The tape that they have is not compostable, so I just kind of rip off those pieces and only do the regular pieces. And I actually think it's the glue that the worms are attracted to and they really like. Um, going into the woods, getting soil from an old oak tree to inoculate the bin. Um, you could do that. Just keep in mind that if you're bringing something from outside to inside, there's a chance of bringing in pests that you might not want in your worm bin. Maryland Outdoors, thank you very much for stopping by. Just everything. You can start with very few worms. It's just a matter of how patient you are. I usually suggest if you're starting like a 10-gallon tote or something like that, start with at least 1,000 worms, which if you're buying worms, 1,000 is a pound. Yeah, good luck fishing today, Maryland Outdoors. Just everything. Start usually 10-gallon totes because they get really heavy. And a 10-gallon tote, if you throw 1,000 worms in there, they're going to get to work fast for you. You can check out my channel and check out Grant's channel because he took cocoons out of his worm factory and started like a nursery bin to hatch them and raise them. And his population's just multiplying like crazy. Remember, go watch Grant's videos, subscribe, and use the hashtag makegranteataworm. Just everything you're not buying, you're going to find them in your yard. Keep in mind, a lot of those are earthworms, and earthworms will not reproduce in captivity. If you have access to like a horse farm, the red wigglers really tend to be found in piles of horse manure, so that might be a place to find composting worms that are easy to raise, but general earthworms will not reproduce in captivity. Um, Toronto, oh, I can't say your name. Torontoians want Faith Goldley. Good morning, Emily. It's Howard. I just saw your about Grant eating a worm. That's going to be awesome. Let's get him to 1,000 subscribers. Share some of his videos on your social media. Like them. All of that helps a lot. Helps people reach their goals. And really, we want to take over and have more people composting. If you guys are familiar with the fact that China is not taking all of our recyclables anymore, they're taking very little. And so our landfills are filling up fast. And if we can keep at least some of that, I mean, because recyclables, what we put a lot of newspaper, cardboard, that's making a huge impact. If we can keep our fruit scraps, our veggie scraps out of the trash, that's less going to the landfill. So if every single household just had one worm bin, we could make a massive dent in the amount of waste that we're creating. Lilia, as usual, you're late to the party. I'm glad you made it. We are trying to get Grant to eat a worm for 1,000 subscribers. This is my birthday wish. So if we can get him to 1,000 by the 10th, that would be awesome. So I'm going to be linking him in all of my videos, trying to get people to hop over there and check him out, trying to help build our community. Go hop over and watch Lilia's channel as well. Lilia has got some amazing worm bins. I'm like really envious of how beautiful and like pristine her bins are. I feel like mine looks like a kindergartner did it and hers are like professional, and she has some really cool experiments going on. Missouri nightcrawlers, killdeer survival. I'm not familiar with those. I'd have to do research. I'm not exactly sure. Melinda Schneider, you are correct, Emily. It would be great if everyone had a worm bin. I think people get scared off by the idea of having worms in their house. Um, I live in a rancher. I have 20 some worm bins now, tons of worms, and I have seldom a problem with maybe a few fruit flies, but that's usually because I don't bury my food up well. No smells, no bugs. There's some bugs in the bins, but they're bugs that want to be in the decomposing wet environment. They're not going to, hitchhike onto my wood floors. So, it's really not as much of an issue. I think it's just kind of the ick factor until people learn more about it. Yeah, my hillside garden. She keeps her worm bin in her dining room. You could slide it next to your garbage can, under your kitchen sink, out of the way, and I promise you it would not be a problem. Yeah, the smell of the damp earth in the bin, like as the food decomposes, the soil smells so rich and earthy. It's really amazing. What do you do with so much castings? Libra sad said to me, I use some in my garden. I give some away. Um, I use some to inoculate new bins. But yeah, I've given away about 100 gallons in the last couple of months. But I pour some in my garden. I use some in my seed starting mixes. But I don't care if I just have to chuck it in the yard because the beneficial microbes are going to be so healthy for the lawn, the plants, all of that good stuff. So it's never a waste. And now we've broken down things that would otherwise be in the garbage that can now go back into the earth and help our soil structures. Lilia, pristine. Yeah, your bins have rotting food in them. I don't think that's so pristine, but you just keep them so organized, and the bins are so pretty. I just really enjoy them. Sorry, but are the worms mainly for fishing or food composting like scraps? That's Witch on Wheels. Both. I use some of my European night crawlers for fishing, but they have the dual benefit because they reproduce in captivity. So you could keep a big bin of European night crawlers, pull them out for fishing, but since they're still reproducing, you're constantly going to have new worms coming to size that you can use for bait. And then the castings that they leave behind, the worm castings, that's the compost, you'll have that as well. I use a big cooler for some of my red wigglers, and I think castings are always nicer in your other bins. Why do you think that, Hi-Ho Farms? Well, Canadian night crawlers. No, I'm not breeding Canadian night crawlers. They don't breed in captivity. I tried, actually, in the beginning. And after researching and I was frustrated they weren't reproducing, I realized that they won't. Shojat IQBAL, keep it PG, please. I appreciate that, but yeah, be careful there. Backgammon player. Worms are cool. They don't bite, they don't smell, and they don't make noise. What more can you ask for? Yeah, best pets ever. You can leave them for a month and they're just fine. Well, they're really not that complicated. I think people overcomplicate it. It's very easy. You make a bin, throw some bedding, so maybe some cardboard and newspaper, moisten it down, throw your worms in there, make sure the bin has holes, and start putting food scraps in every week. Add some bedding so that it doesn't get too soggy and the worms don't drown. It's easy as that. The giveaway, I'm a nurse, Shojat, and the giveaway is about trying to get Grant some new followers, and he is going to eat a worm at 1,000 subscribers. So, I want you to hop over to his channel, follow him, hit the subscribe button, and under one of his videos, use this hashtag. And let's see him go live and eat a worm. Hi-Ho Farms. Yeah, make that video. I'd love to see what's going on with your worm bins. Let's see here. How often are you harvesting castings? That's S. Gilbert is asking me. I harvest my castings when I see that the bins are ready. Um, when there's very little unprocessed cardboard newspaper, all the food's worked through, and you see the dark, rich um, compost smells real earthy, that's when I harvest it. And there's various methods to harvest so that you can separate the worms from your compost. Uh, I don't like using coconut coir. It doesn't compost well like paper. Um, Coconut coir, I mean, I use them for my seed starting mixes, so I do use it in my bins periodically. But, the peat moss, the coconut coirs, they're just not as sustainable. So when we have such an abundance of newspaper and cardboard, why? I mean, why put things like that in the bin if you have enough other stuff? Go ask your neighbors for some newspaper. Make sure you don't run out. Yes, please. Make Grant eat a worm. Put them on every social media account you have. Thank you, Nightcrawler Composting. Matt, do that for me. Does YouTube pay me? No, have not decided to be monetized just yet. Favorite veggies to grow. I like growing peppers, hot peppers, bell peppers, and I love doing lettuce and microgreens. Those are probably my favorite. Libra sad. I have one bin for the last 6 months and it looks perfect. I use the same bedding like the Vermi bag. Difference is that I use fall leaves. Yes, Vermi bag tutorials. Tom, the developer of the Vermi bag, has a great channel. Awesome for just all sorts of little tips and tricks to managing your worm bins. Yeah, Lilia makes some of the bedding similar to Tom's from Vermi Bag. So hop over to Lilia's channel. Check out all of these people's channels that are in here today. It's just nice to support people. Shojat, no, I appreciate that, but I'll decide to be monetized when I want to, and I'll do it on my own. I appreciate that. Hi Ho Farms. I wouldn't mind you having a few ads in your videos. I'm thinking about it. I just feel that my subscribers might not be a big fan of me having ads. So, maybe I'll add one ad prior to my videos. But I'm still really thinking about it. I'm not in this to make money as an end game. I mean, money would be great, but I really just want to spread the word. It's something I'm passionate about. I would do it if I had 5 subscribers. I mean, I just hit 1,200 last night on Grant's stream. But the number doesn't matter. I do it because people share it, people learn more, and then they feel more comfortable having their own worm bins. Do you grow super hot peppers? I've grown ghost peppers, lots of jalapenos, bell peppers. Like I said, I do microgreens, and I do a lot of my own lettuce. Yes, I know I need AdSense. I'm very familiar with how to do that. Congrats on your 1.2K. That's awesome. Thank you, my hillside garden. I think you'll be there soon. You've got an awesome channel, really kind of a much better gardener than me, and I've learned a lot from you. Um, let's see here. Sorry, guys, this cold is kicking my butt. It's just lingering. Well, you could use Patreon. I don't know if I'm there yet. We'll think about it. Let's see here. I'm gonna wrap it up in a few minutes. I feel bad doing that because I know that I have a good number of people in here. We're having a nice time chatting. But like I said, I haven't rested yet today. It is my birthday and I do want to do something later, so I want to catch at least a little nap before I go out and do something tonight to celebrate my birthday. So I want everybody to be throwing this hashtag #MakeGrantEatAworm everywhere you can. Share his videos. It's illegal to grow ghost peppers in the UK. I'm not so sure about that. I've seen some channels that do that. I could be wrong. Killdeer, thank you so much for hopping in here. Thank you guys all for the happy birthdays. Thank you for supporting Grant. If you want my giveaway box, it's going to be about $100 value of some things that I want to send you guys. So let's get Grant to the 1K, have him eat that worm, and let me send you a little gift box. But you got to make sure you comment and let me know that you did so. If you shared on social media one of his videos, let me know that as well. I'll enter you 2 times. Have I considered doing a presentation at my local elementary schools? I've thought about maybe garden clubs. And I'm going to be doing a farmer's market. No, I'm sorry. A like festival this summer locally that's all about organic gardening, and I'm going to be running a booth. Well, I'm not running it. It's actually going to be Steve, the developer of the Urban Worm Bag, and I'm going to be his little sidekick, and we're going to talk composting with people. Oh, awesome. Just everything. Sharing it away. Thank you. It's going to be in Frederick, Maryland, my hillside garden. And it is a 2-day event, I do believe. And I might be able to film something. I think that would be fun. Filming the festival and filming, all the people coming into this and all their different booths. I think that would be fun. I'll see if I can get permission to do a little bit of that. Let's see. Yeah, my hillside garden, it's really, Frederick, Maryland is probably only a few hours from you. You should come stay. We can talk worms and you can go with me. Just everything. You want to see Grant gag on the worm. Yeah, I kind of feel guilty about it, but I'll send him some beer or something to wash it all down with. Tell him to come to the Green Thumb Festival in St. Petersburg in April. I guess you're talking about Steve. I think he has a lot going on. My hillside garden, I will post when I have more information. It's June 1st and 2nd in Frederick. Gosh, guys, again, I really appreciate it. Please go back, check out all of the channels of everyone in here, like their videos, but most importantly, go check out Grant's channel, and let's get him eating that worm. Let's get his subscriber count up. I wish I could keep streaming, but as you can tell, my voice is not great and I need to get some rest. But happy birthday to me. Let's get Grant eating a worm. Ran a booth at the farmer's market, sold out of everything in 30 minutes. See, that's what's so cool. Once we teach people more about this stuff, they're all about it. Thank you for the happy birthday. Please share Grant stuff. You'll get entered twice into my giveaway. Use the hashtag make Grant eat a worm. People check out Up North Outdoors. He's stuck at 108 subscribers. So see what his channel's all about. Go over and support some people. And I am going to wrap it up now. Thank you all for the birthday wishes and for hopping on here, even though it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. But we're just trying to have fun, grow our community, and I appreciate everyone's support. So Grant usually goes live in the evening, so keep an eye on that. If you're following him, it will give you an alert when he goes live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Have an excellent day, and be looking. I'll be posting some updates soon, and I'll be hashtagging Grant in every video, and we're going to get him some more subscribers. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.